Okay, hi kids, how are we doing today? All right, we have a measurement word problem, and what we're going to work on today is converting between centimeter and millimeter, okay, in the context of this word problem. So let's first read the problem. Paul uses a piece of rope that is 8 centimeters and 9 millimeters long. He uses another piece that is 7.5 centimeters long. How much rope did Paul use? Okay. Always, first step is get a picture in our head, right? What's happening in the problem? I see two pieces of rope, different lengths, and I want to know how much rope was used altogether. So here's my visual model that I created. Okay. 8 millimeters, or 8 centimeters, sorry, and 9 millimeters, that's the first piece, okay, that Paul used. He also used a second piece, 7.5 centimeters. So I drew this tape diagram and I put my two parts of the hole. And in this case, the hole is all the rope Paul used. All of the rope Paul used. Now, after I did that, I have the picture in my head. I asked myself, well, what's something that I know? Well, I know that there's centimeters and millimeters in this problem. And I know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. I know that part. So I'm thinking maybe I should have this answer all in millimeters. So I need to change my centimeters into millimeters. And I'm going to use my knowledge of 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters to help me. So I make a table. Always use any type of model you can to put your thinking on paper. 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. 2 centimeters equals 20 millimeters. 3 centimeters, 30 millimeters. There's a pattern here. What I'm doing is I'm moving from centimeter timesing by 10 to get to millimeters. 1 times 10 is 10. 2 times 10 is 20. 3 times 30, or 3 times 10 is 30. And I'm doing that because 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So Paul has his first piece 8 centimeters. Well, if I use my table and follow the pattern, I know that 8 centimeters times 10 gets me 80 millimeters. So I know that 8 centimeters equals 80 millimeters. But he also uses 9 millimeters. So I have to take my 80 millimeters, add 9 millimeters to it, and I get 89 millimeters. That's the length of the first piece of rope Paul used. Paul also used a second piece. The second piece is 7.5 centimeters. Well, 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So 7 centimeters times 10 millimeters equals 70 millimeters. So I know that 7 centimeters is equal to 7 millimeters. Now, he uses 7 centimeters and a half a centimeter. So how many millimeters are in a half a centimeter? Well, I know 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. So if I want half a centimeter, what's half of 10 millimeters? 5. So I know that for this second piece, Paul used 70 millimeters plus another 5 millimeters to get a total length of that piece, 75 millimeters. Now, back to my tape diagram. To find out all the rope Paul used, total length, I have to add the 89 millimeters and the 75 millimeters. So when I'm adding, I always like to break the numbers apart into place value. So I take my 89 and I break it into an 80 millimeter part and a 9 millimeter. And then I add that to my 70 and 5. So what's 80 plus 70? What's 8 tens plus 7 tens? I get 15 tens or 150 millimeters. What's 9 and 5 more? 14. So then I know that it's 150 plus my 14. So 150 plus 10 is 160, plus 4 more is 164 millimeters. So Paul altogether used 164 millimeters. So always remember, read the word problem once, twice, even 3 times. Get a picture. Draw a picture of the problem. In this case, I drew a tape diagram. Then go to what you know. I knew this, 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. I made a table. I converted my centimeters to millimeters. And then I added the 2 pieces of rope together, 89 millimeters plus 75 millimeters, and I got total rope used 164 millimeters. Until next time.